Hi everyone, in this lesson we are going to focus on the dimensions and mathematics. In this lesson you will learn how many dimensions do point, line, rectangle and a cube have. So in mathematics, dimensions is actually the number of directions or measurement needed to describe an object. For example, if one has no direction, just like no length, no width or no height, so we say that no direction, no dimension. And the same way, a line has one direction, which is the length of the line, right? So it has one direction. We say that the line has one direction, the line has one dimension, which is the length. It has one dimension, right? In the same way, a flat surface, just like rectangle, has two directions, which is the length and the height. So we say that it has two directions, or it has two dimensions. So a rectangle has two dimensions, which is the length and the height. Now we are going to discuss the cube. So a solid object just like a cube has three directions, which is the length, the height and the width. So it has three directions. And we say that it has three dimensions. Right? So a point has no direction. That means it has no length, width or height. So we say that point has no dimension. A line has one direction, which is its length. So we see that a line has one dimension, which is the length. A flat surface just like rectangle has two directions, which is the length and height. So we say that it has two dimensions. On the other hand, a cube has three directions, which is the length, width and height. So we say that it has three directions or three dimensions. Now we are going to deep dive into the types of dimension. So the first one is zero dimension. A zero-dimensional object has no length, width or height. It only shows its position. So we write is it has no length, no width and no height. Just like a point. A point has no length, no width or no height. So we say that it is zero-dimensional, or it has zero dimensions. Now we are going to explain one-dimensional object, or the object which has one dimension. So a one-dimensional object has only length. It doesn't have width or height. One-dimensional object has only length. So we say that the length of the object is not equal to 0 and width and height are equal to 0. It has only length. For example, line, segment or ray. If we look at these figures, then all of them have one dimension, which is their length. Now we are going to explain two dimensions or two-dimensional object. Two-dimensional object has length and width but no height. We can write them as length is not equal to 0, width is not equal to 0 and height is equal to 0, right? Just like square. If I look at square or the flat surfaces, they have length and width but no height, or height but no width. In the same way, if we look at the square, it also have length and height but no width. Rectangle, circle. If we look at these figures, then all of these figures have two dimensions, which are their length and width, or their length and height but no width. It means that these flat surfaces or these flat figures have two dimensions, and these are called two-dimensional object or two-dimensional figures. Now we are going to explain three dimensions. A three-dimensional object has length, width and height. Means the length is not equal to 0, width is not equal to 0 and height is also not equal to 0. Objects have length, width and height. For example, cube. If I look at cube, we see a 3D object or three-dimensional object. In the same way, if we look at the sphere, so it is also a three-dimensional object. A cylinder also has three dimensions, right? Pyramid. A pyramid is also a three-dimensional object. So these are the objects which have 3 dimensions. So dear viewer, if you have liked the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos related to mathematics.